books that I don't want lying around the house, because better make sure they before certain people go walkabout, or one in particular. Now, you ever wonder about these doors, by the way? What's behind door number 1? What's behind door number 2? Could they be gateways into alternative perception? Now, I was going to make this quick, wasn't I? Forget this. Or could one of them just be a wardrobe? Who knows? Anyway, while we're on the subject of making clever remarks, IQ, education. One size fits all stuff at school. Just another brick in the wall. Pink Floyd. Not the one size fits all bit. Another brick in the wall. They hate you if you're clever. They despise a fool. John Lennon. Very, very true words. In the education system, not always precisely the same sort of experience, obviously, and not quite the same over the generations. But we still see quite an unimaginative approach to education, or from what I remembered at sixth form, and I guess secondary school as well, although I had a more positive experience there. And you begin to understand who was who and what their motives were, both at home and at school. Another line by John Lennon: they hit you at home and they hit you at school. Well, maybe not hit you physically, but more psychologically, emotionally, in a narcissistic way. And something which is coming to my mind in particular today is how they didn't even like you. Don't like you to have a mind of your own. They don't even like you to have a few extra facts in your head, and to say so. And I remember one particular woman who taught me chemistry going on about how, with an air of sexism, misandric sexism, female against male sexism, about a teenager saying, yes, sounds dodgy when you say boy for some reason, doesn't it? Well, anyway, that he was talking about the chemistry facts to people. Maybe he was showing off a bit, maybe he was being a bit of a dickhead, but I mean, at the same time, she was saying it like it was a bad thing, like it was going to contaminate their heads. I mean, if we talk about chemistry before a chemistry exam, what are they going to think? You know, the majority. It's all for the majorities. But it's not about majorities in life. That's not how people progress. People progress from individual success, individual ideas, or in the minorities. It's minoritarianism, not majoritarianism, that takes the world forward. And you can say a lot of stuff about the best intentions and the best whatever, like freaks maybe are not the thing to rely on, or something like that. However humane you may be to one, it might not result in the right outcome, but we find that throughout life it's not the typical individual who comes up with the newest idea or has the most fight in them in some ways, say politically. Which is another thing I've been wondering about, like another thing I've wondered about is, you know, it's all the biases, all the things. Life is not a dress rehearsal. In a way, it makes it more interesting, even though it's frustrating to try. And there are other teachers too who said a similar thing, like, oh, Alex answered that question correctly. That's because he's done biology for a year. Biology? No, I also know it because I happen to know it. It's allowed, isn't it? Just a little extra fact there. I mean, that was one of the more pleasant seeming people. All about majorities, unless you're a teacher, when you're the minority mouthpiece for a group of people. It's not the other way round. I mean, ideally you would probably be one person with several teachers, a bit like secondary school, but I mean even more outnumbered, in order to get a good education, or different points of view, not narrow-minded points of view that serve to class education as rote learning, where you can't have your mind contaminated by questions and facts. I thought I was going to have something a bit more succulent then, but that's about the best I can do. Right, where's my bicycle? I want to ride my bicycle!